Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
And I'm Nicole Nalepa. You are watching Eyewitness News right here on the Wax. And the first thing we need to get to is this first alert. Let's say hello to meteorologist Scott Gagliardi, because we have some rain coming our way.
We really do. I mean, we've been talking about this all week.
Yeah.
And we started the week off with heavy rain. Now we're ending it with heavy rain once again.
Yeah.
But, you know, we need it so bad because of the drought. Yesterday, we finally, for the first time in over 8 months, have parts of the state that have no drought issues. What we're seeing out there today, we'll likely get rid of it for the rest of Connecticut. So excellent news there. Right now in Old Saybrook, you'll be the last to see the rain today, but once it starts there, it will be heavy as well. We have that first alert weather day, 1 inch to about 3 inches of rain. We're talking, that's definitely enough to give us some flood watches, which is exactly what we have out there. Notice the rain right now making its way from New York into Connecticut. It's going to take its time doing so, but when it does, it will stick around throughout the entire day. Here's a live look in Torrington. You'll see scenes like this. This is the river up there, just getting some more rain added to it, and that's certainly an understatement. So flood watch is in effect for the entire state. Windham County, you were the last to be added, but yeah, you're going to see that heavy rain as well later on today. Temperatures, they stay cooler, below average, well below average. We should be 70. We're talking 50s. We climb maybe 3 or 4 degrees from where we are right now. So you're going to need the jacket all day and that umbrella for sure as well. Notice the hour-by-hour forecast. Temperatures don't change much, but say by 10, 11 a.m., that's when that rain starts and it sticks around throughout the entire day. We're going to let you know how long it lasts because it's Mother's Day weekend. So will those plans be impacted by rain? That forecast ahead in less than 10. Good morning, Marcy.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, everybody. Hope you are enjoying your last couple hours of dryness before the rain rolls in. No incidents or accidents to report. Just in Portland, we know that Route 17 is closed at the Portland Fairgrounds because of some flooding. That is just a great reminder. All of those low-lying areas, the places that you know that pond and pool and puddle, just avoid those as that rain comes in, because we are expecting a couple inches, as you heard Scott say. Everything else in the state running smoothly. Let's keep it that way. We want a happy and safe Friday on the roads. I'm going to have another check back in with you in just a little bit. But for now, that's your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right, our big story this morning. Never before had the Catholic Church elected a pope from the United States, but that all changed yesterday as the College of Cardinals elected American Robert Prevost to be the 267th pontiff.
He took the name Pope Leo XIV, and a native of Chicago, Pope Leo graduated from Villanova University before beginning his service to the church. He spent much of his time as a missionary in Peru. Most recently, he served at the Vatican overseeing bishop appointments across the globe.
This is, of course, big news impacting hundreds of thousands of people in our state. Parishioners and local church leaders are surprised by the election of an American pope.
And this morning, your reporter Owen Kingsley has some more insight into how Catholics here in Connecticut are viewing this news.
Well, anytime a new pope is named, it would normally elicit excitement, but not many people expected an American-born cardinal to lead the Catholic Church, but many still thrilled to find out what this means for the future. Serving hundreds of thousands of Catholics, we spoke with leaders of the Archdiocese of Hartford, who were shocked by Thursday's news that American-born Robert Prevost will take on the papacy as Leo XIV. Religious experts who have weighed in on this process shared that he was not a leading candidate when this process began. But Catholics in Connecticut are feeling overwhelming emotion, pride, and joy.
Most brought tears to my eyes because of the American Pope, first American Pope. It's great.
Pope Leo, of course, not only leading thousands of Catholics here in our state, but well over 1 billion worldwide. Your reporter in Hartford, Owen Kingsley, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, local leaders are reacting to the new pope. Senator Richard Blumenthal saying, quote, as the world continues to face deepening and evolving challenges, may Pope Leo use his voice to spread a message advancing peace and upholding human decency and dignity.
All right, and State Senator Stephen Harding issued a statement on behalf of the Senate Republican caucus saying, quote, the strong collaboration between Connecticut and the Catholic Church will continue as we work to help the vulnerable and show compassion for all, end of quote.
Make sure you stay with Channel 3 for your continuing coverage on the new Pope Leo XIV. We'll have updates on air and on the WFSB app throughout the day.
Right now, thousands of Pratt and Whitney machinists remain on strike, and it appears that the work stoppage will stretch into a second week.
Your reporter, Roger Susanin, is taking a look at one of the picket lines outside of Pratt and Whitney headquarters in East Hartford.
Ladies, to quote the Wu-Tang Clan, the saga continues here in East Hartford and in Middletown. Right now, there are picket lines at 7 separate locations. You can see this one has been growing throughout the morning, and we expect that to continue. We also know more high-profile visitors are expected to join them throughout the day. So this kind of was like Cinderella. Something big happened at the stroke of midnight on Monday. That's when this strike went into effect after 3,000 machinists rejected Pratt and Whitney's latest contract proposal. The strike is certainly getting more and more attention. Yesterday, the governor visited the picket line, and today, Senator Richard Blumenthal will do the exact same thing and make an appearance here. And both sides appear dug in right now. Pratt and Whitney executives say they have no immediate plans to return to the negotiating table. Same thing for the union. They say they have a large strike fund set up, and they will push this as long as they have to get what they consider to be a fair deal. Reporting in East Hartford this morning, I'm your reporter Roger Susannon, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, turning now to our other big headlines of the morning. Today, a funeral service will be held for the 12-year-old boy who police say was murdered by his father in Branford. The suspect is also accused of trying to kill his daughter. He'll be back in court on Wednesday.
And today, a man accused of kidnapping and sexually assaulting 2 young children more than 40 years ago is expected to face a judge for the first time. Watertown police say John Church, seen here, was arrested yesterday. The victims were 6 years old at the time.
Also right now, investigators are looking into what caused a fire in New Haven right on Salem Street. Firefighters rescued 2 people who were inside. 4 others were able to get out on their own. The 2 firefighters were treated for minor injuries.
Right now, a middle school student in Plainville is facing a criminal charge after police say the student set a laptop on fire while trying a dangerous TikTok trend. The school even had to be evacuated, and the student was hospitalized for smoke inhalation. Laptop fires have been breaking out at schools here in Connecticut over the last week.
In just a few hours today, the Waterbury community will come together to honor fallen first responders. The city's police and fire departments are hosting the 34th annual Public Safety Memorial Ceremony. It starts at 10 a.m. right outside City Hall.
This morning, law enforcement in our state are asking for your help with cracking down on hate crimes. The state is taking a new approach in the issue, pairing intelligence officers with data analysts. And police say the number of reported hate crimes has gone up in recent years.
And this morning, the State House is giving the green light to a bill that would allow law enforcement in our state to temporarily take away vehicles from drivers who drive over 100 miles an hour. It now heads to the state Senate, and if approved, it would take effect in October.
This morning, we're working to find out more about why the State Commissioner of Health Strategy is stepping down next month. Deidre Gifford has led this department since the start of Governor Lamont's second term. Before that, she was acting commissioner of the Department of Public Health during the pandemic. And also this morning, just 4 restaurants remain in our search for Connecticut's best breakfast. Dobbs Broad Street Eatery in Windsor took the last spot in our Fab 4, defeating Zinnigan's Cafe in Glastonbury. So here's the final 4. We have Blondie's Diner in Willimantic facing Two Brothers Cafe in East Hampton on Monday and Tuesday next week. And then Dobbs will take on the Shack in East Lyme Wednesday and Thursday. So be sure to watch Channel 3 starting on Monday at 4:30 to see which breakfast spot reaches the championship round.
And as we get another check of your First Alert forecast on this First Alert weather day, rain is beginning to overspread the state from west to east, and that's a trend that will continue throughout the morning hours. Notice heaviest rain right now through the northwestern corner of our state, but where it's headed is everywhere. Check out First Alert Futurecast, because by 9 a.m. we're seeing that heavy rain make its way across the state. Noon, 1 o'clock, it's pouring out there. Through 3, 4, even 5 o'clock, it's a wet drive home. And even as much as it looks like it lightens up a bit later on this evening, it still sticks around with some heavier downpours, and it's in no hurry to leave. Here's 5 a.m. tomorrow, still looking at some scattered showers out there, but we'll see quick improvements once we get towards noon and beyond. Likely everybody sees the sun tomorrow, although it'll still be quite damp out there. But check out Mother's Day. I'm going to take you through the entire day. Not a single cloud expected. A beautiful day. But what do those temperatures look like? We'll have the latest forecast ahead with your full First Alert forecast. Tracy?